did not suffer and die to give me an education to slight, oppress, or discourage my people. Because whatsoever education I acquired out of their sacrifice of over 300 years, I shall use for the salvation of the 400 million black people of the world. And the day when I forsake my people, may God Almighty say there shall be no more life for you.
Before we begin today's story from history, I would like to take a moment to thank my mama. By giving me the middle name of Garvey, it made me do research as a young boy to discover who this man was, and if we had more in common than chubby cheeks. Few individuals in history have sparked a movement as far-reaching as Marcus Garvey. A man of conviction and unparalleled vision, Garvey dreamed of uniting the African diaspora and reclaiming the dignity, self-reliance, and independence of Black people worldwide. This is the story of Marcus Garvey, a revolutionary leader whose legacy continues to inspire the fight for equality and freedom. Marcus Garvey was born in 1887 in St. Ann's Bay, Jamaica. Raised in a colonial society where racial inequality was deeply ingrained, Garvey was acutely aware of the injustices faced by his people. From a young age, he immersed himself in literature and debates about race, identity, and liberation. After working as a printer and traveling throughout Central America and Europe, Garvey became inspired by global liberation movements and intellectuals like Booker T. Washington. These experiences planted the seeds for his vision of Pan-Africanism, a unified movement for the upliftment of Black people. In 1914, Garvey founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association, UNIA, in Jamaica. But it wasn't until he moved to Harlem, New York, in 1916 that his movement gained momentum. The UNIA's mission was clear: to promote Black pride, economic independence, and a return to Africa. Under Garvey's leadership, the UNIA grew into one of the largest mass movements of its time, attracting millions of followers across the Caribbean, Africa, and the Americas. His message of self-reliance and cultural pride resonated with Black communities worldwide. Garvey's most ambitious project was the Black Star Line, a fleet of steamships designed to facilitate trade among Black communities and ultimately transport people back to Africa. It was a bold and revolutionary idea, symbolizing freedom, independence, and unity. Although the Black Star Line faced logistical challenges, financial mismanagement, and opposition from powerful forces, it embodied the spirit of Marcus Garvey and his movement. It reminded the diaspora of their capacity to control their own destiny. As Garvey's influence grew, so did the scrutiny. His outspoken nature and radical ideas made him a target for the U.S. government, which labeled him a dangerous agitator. In 1923, Marcus Garvey was convicted of mail fraud in a controversial trial that many viewed as politically motivated. Despite his imprisonment and eventual deportation to Jamaica, Marcus Garvey's spirit never wavered. He continued advocating for Pan-Africanism, laying the groundwork for future leaders like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Marcus Garvey's vision of Black pride and unity transcended his time. He inspired future movements for civil rights and independence across Africa and the Caribbean. Today, his ideas are celebrated as a cornerstone of Pan-Africanism. Marcus Garvey once said, "A people without knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." His life was a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and belief in a better future. This was the story of Marcus Garvey, the visionary leader who inspired a global movement for freedom, unity, and self-reliance. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more stories of history's greatest leaders.